Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's talk, Accenture's Women in Cloud. Let me welcome our speaker today, Dr. Isi Idemudia. She's an AWS Solutions Architect Manager at Accenture. Dr. Isi has over a decade of experience in building and designing enterprise-wide solutions. In the last 5 years, Dr. Isi has been primarily focused on designing migration architectures for Fortune 500 companies across verticals to migrate their workloads from on-premises to AWS Cloud. Dr. Idemudia is the best-selling author of Out of Africa and Into the Cloud, Girls Can Code Too, where she inspires young women to overcome their fears and get into technology. So let's just welcome Dr. Idemudia. Please, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. And I'm excited to see all of you today. We have over 40 participants. I'm so excited. So I'm Dr. Isi. The Idemudia might be hard to pronounce, but Dr. Isi is fine. I'm an AWS Solutions Architect at Accenture. I primarily work on AWS Cloud. So I'm going to be sharing some part of my journey, how I got into cloud, and also some of the work we're doing in Accenture to bring more women into cloud. Sounds good? Okay, so some of you may have heard of Accenture, some people may not have heard of Accenture. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Accenture and why I think Accenture is the best place to work. So we primarily focus on delivering 360-degree value by embracing change. So we work on different clients, we look into their technology, look into their overall corporate strategy. We also look into digital transformations and consulting, the whole 360-degree value by embracing change. We do several incredible things. 91 out of the Fortune Global 100 companies, the clients and companies that we work with to deliver this change. As of 2020, Accenture has made 18 consecutive appearances on the list of Fortune World's most admired companies. This is global in the world. And, we're a large organization. We're across 200 cities, and we work across 19 different industries. We work as one big team, even though we're in 200 different cities, but we have a common goal, and our goal is to create 360 degrees value. There's over 500,000 people globally from different cultures, beliefs, and backgrounds working at Accenture. And as you can hear from my accent, I'm not originally from the US, I'm originally from Africa. And we all come together. We believe in diversity, and we work to deliver one value. So we've had 12 consecutive appearances on the list of Fortune's 100 best companies to work for. So it's a great place to work, and I'm going to tell you how you can join us if you want to. So we also impact our communities. We believe in responsible business in everything that we do, from our service to our clients, and even how we work with the community. And speaking about community, because of our impact and our love for our community, we started this initiative called the Women in Cloud. And typically, our objective is to accelerate more women to cloud. Yeah. It was born out of, in 2019, 2018, we attended the AWS Global Conference in Vegas, and we realized that there were just too few women at the conference. And because of that, we said, okay, how can we accelerate more women into cloud? And then we started the Women in Cloud initiative to increase the number of women in cloud. So there's never been a better time to join our global team of cloud professionals at Accenture, where you can go as far as your ambition takes you. So our team of global cloud professionals, we have worked on over 34,000 individual cloud projects across several industries. 80% of the global Fortune 100 companies, we've helped them on their migration journey to cloud. In the introduction, it was mentioned that I've worked on a lot of cloud migration projects. So 80% of these Fortune 100 companies, Accenture is helping them across the world, across different countries and continents to do this migration. So we collaborate with a matched partner, our ecosystem. So AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, Alibaba, SAP, Oracle, Salesforce, Workday, and many more. These are all our partners, our ecosystem partners. We work with them to deliver this change. So we have over 100,000 skilled cloud professionals currently in our cloud practice, and definitely we would love for you to come join us. So we work across some of our key industries: banking, capital market, insurance, chemical, energy, oil and gas. And the fun thing is that I've got the opportunity to work across most of these industries, and it gives me different perspective about what these industries are like and increases my knowledge across these industries. So back to the Women in Cloud initiative, we had a four-pronged approach towards increasing the number of women in cloud. We had the certification and training, marketing, community outreach, and recruiting. So this event we are hosting today is one of our community outreach programs, where we go into different communities like this, and we talk about cloud and get more people interested in AWS Cloud. We coach them, we take them into our mentorship program. We have a coaching program where we coach you on the knowledge of cloud, AWS, and then we help you in your certification journey. So we've made some aggressive results in the last few years, and we are hoping that you can be part of our success story. So I spoke about a few events we've held and a few communities we've worked with. As you can see right here, where you have ideas, that is when the world was normal. Okay, all of this is before COVID happened. And we had, we bring in different communities this is one of our innovation hubs. We have over 100 different innovation hubs across the world. So we bring in communities into the innovation hub and then show them things we are building with Alexa, robotics, AR, VR, just all the amazing things that we do, the collaboration we're doing with clients and the ecosystem partners. And then people are able to see firsthand how women are building these things, and they could also participate, in little projects. And this was a group of girls from Girls Who Code, I believe, and this is another group from Girls Who Code. So, and then we teach general, technology, and then we also narrow down into cloud. So we've done things around Alexa, Amazon Lex, S3 buckets, EC2 instances, and RDS. These are all cloud services and tools that we teach. So when things moved after COVID, we've also done quite a bit of online coaching and mentorship and training, AWS Day of Learning, and I think this was Northeastern University, I believe. So that's kind of what we've been working on. And at this point, I'm going to take a short break, and then I'm going to tell you my journey, how I got into cloud. So I was born in Nigeria in Africa. And at the time when I was born, girls were not even going to school. When I mean, they weren't going to college, not to speak of studying computer. But I really wanted to be different. I wanted to stand out, and I went ahead and enrolled to study computer engineering, and I got in. I got in, and it was tough because it was just one. I was just the only girl in the entire class of 150 people. And then the worst part was that I had to share one computer with 150 of them. So we will literally stand in lines to get to your turn to use one computer. How bad can it get? And that's how I learned how to code. And then, but I found out that while I was staying in line, I said, there has to be, an alternative, better way. So I found out this computer institute, where they were running like classes in the evenings, and then I registered there. So after school, plus after college work, in the evenings I would go to this institute, and then I started taking classes on databases, on Oracle database management. So I did all of that, and then I got certified. So I took 4 certifications. By the time I graduated from college, I was already an Oracle certified professional. And the amazing thing was that irrespective of my location, I remember receiving my certificate from Oracle Corporation saying, congratulations, you're an Oracle certified professional. And I think that was just what opened my eyes to the world of technology, to see, how just to see that there's no limits, there are no boundaries, regardless of where you are, who you look like, how you sound. Technology is like it reduces and destroys every barrier. So that was my journey. And then when I got into the US, I started hearing about cloud. I worked as an Oracle database administrator for a long time. And then when I relocated, I started hearing a lot about cloud. And I was like, what is this cloud? So just that's still inquisitive, just wanted to know more. And I started learning AWS myself. No, I didn't, nobody taught me. I learned AWS, I started building stuff, and I sat for the AWS certification, and I got certified, and then I got into Accenture. Before I got into Accenture, I had finished my PhD in technology management. So there's nothing that can stop you from achieving your dreams. Now I work as a solutions architect at Accenture. So Accenture is a leading global professional services firm. I have over 10 IT certifications. I'm also a best-selling author of Out of Africa and Into the Cloud. This is my book. I know that a few of you from this session are going to receive copies of my book, and I'm just hoping to inspire the next generation of female coders. So having said that about myself, we're going to be looking at this mentorship program. How are we really accelerating women into cloud? So our goal is really to quickly upskill young people in the AWS fundamentals and technologies. There's different cloud providers. So there's AWS, there's Microsoft Azure, there's Google Cloud, IBM, Alibaba, but I'm really just focused on AWS Cloud. So everything we're going to be talking about today would be focused on AWS Cloud. So AWS has the foundation certificate that is called the AWS Cloud Practitioner certification. And what we do is that we bring So we have over 100,000 people working just on AWS across Accenture, and these people are going to be spending time with you. It's an 8-week program. It's completely free. No one's asking you to pay. Okay, it's an 8-week acceleration program. We're going to start from the beginning, and our aim is to make sure that at the end of 8 weeks, you're ready to get certified, to get the AWS Cloud Practitioner certification. Certification is such a big deal. I see a lot of comments in the chat. Do you want me to stop and take them, or do you want me to finish? What's your preference?
So I'm collecting them, so you can go ahead.
I can go ahead. Okay. And then we'll come to that.
I think one of the questions that may be of interest to answer now, if it's the program for young people, because you're talking about the program, right? So if you can specify maybe the age group, or if any constraints in terms of participation, eligibility for the program may be of interest.
So eligibility is your interest. If you want to get certified, come on board. We're not interested in age, how you look, where you're from. It don't matter. Just be interested and you can jump in. That sounds good. That was a good question.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna assign you a personal coach. And we need people who are really serious. So we are super busy, working with all of these clients. They'll just show you 91 of the top 100 Fortune companies, so super busy. People are going to be dedicated to you to walk you through the journey. So we want people who will be committed, to come for the sessions. So we're going to be meetings every week. The participants are expected to review some study materials that will be given to you. We expect that maybe 1 hour a day, you could put it into looking at this material. And then once a week, your coach is going to lead a review session. And the coach is going to be going through the study material for that week. And we expect you to at least come with questions to show that you actually did the work, did the hands-on, you read the study materials, and then the coach will also be able to provide additional study resources to you and be able to answer if you have any questions or comments. That's how the program runs for 8 weeks. So we had a program that started in March. The deadline to sign up is already passed. So you won't be able to go into the March program, but we have 2 more programs coming throughout the year. We're having a program starting in June, and we have the end of April. You can see the deadline to sign up is end of April. So we encourage you, if you're interested, to sign up like immediately, so that we can begin to match you to coaches and things like that, so that at the 1st of June, we're ready and you can come in prepared. So it will start in June, and at the end of July, we would round up. And we are hopeful that if you finish at the end of July, first week, second week in August, you should be able to take your cloud practitioner certification. And we have a few opportunities at Accenture. We really need you to get certified. Even if you don't want to come work for us, we'd love for you to work for us, but we know that this is going to give you an edge in the marketplace and just boost your personal confidence and give you greater chance in the industry. We have another program if you're not able to make it, because I know June, July is summer. If you're not able to make it, we have another program starting in September. It's going to run through the entire September and October, and you can also sign up for that. We expect that the participants are not people who already have AWS certification. So if you already have another AWS certification, we don't expect you to join us, because this is just the foundation. This is the basic certification. If you're looking for something else, maybe to join the firm or anything like that, you can send me a message separately and we could walk through that process. That is if you already have the AWS certification. So this program is just for those who want to get AWS certified. So we say AWS 0 to 60. Even if you have no computer science skills, no technology knowledge, even if you're at 0, we're going to work with you to get you to 60. So this is, yes, please.
So I think this is great, what you described about their program, and actually address some of the questions, but I guess we can take a little bit of time to answer some of the questions that people are asking about the program.
I like that.
So, and one of the questions is about the cost of the certification.
Good question. The certification is $100. We may be able to cover it. I'm not sure. We used to cover it last year, but for this year, I'm not sure if we're going to. But let me just see if I can double check. AWS Cloud.
Yeah. So maybe it's something that we can.
Yeah, it's $100. That's the cost of the certification, and then I can get back to you on if we're covering it or not.
Right. And then someone asked for the link for sign up. And that's one question. The second thing is if there are, there are advanced options for certification program as opposed to, beginners.
And so the question may have to do because we have students who already certified in solution architect. So that might be the reason for that question.
Okay. So those who are already certified, if you want to come join us, like you want to come work with us, then we're happy to, to walk you through the process. So we have a link where we're kind of taking like just an intake where you can apply for jobs. We are looking for people. I could share that maybe before we round up. I'll share the link to apply. If you're already certified, please go ahead and apply. And you can mention during in your application that you were at this program. And then, okay. If you give me a minute, let me get the link. I think it's important that
Thank you.
we get the link. Then for those who are at the beginner level, that is the link in the chat.
So I think the certification, as you're looking for the link, I'll take
another person.
So the program that is mentioned is for students who don't have a certification in cloud computing. That's mean if you don't have the cloud practitioner, which is the fundamental certification, the beginner certification, then that program is targeting you, right? So that's mean you don't know anything about cloud computing, you never got certified, and you want to learn how you can include cloud computing in your field, whether you computer science, cybersecurity, whatever that is, right? How can you add upskill with cloud concept and skills in your field? So that would be a perfect intense program to get you certified in the first one. And then, as mentioned, and she's putting, she just put the link in, that's the one who are already advanced, correct? The one who already have a certification and they want to apply for a job, internship, then they will use the link that you just posted. Is that correct?
No, that's actually for
career.
So yeah, so those are for students who, when you get this certification, but if you're a student and you already have a certification, then please go ahead and apply on that link I just shared. Now, if you're not a student, are we all students? What's the audience like?
Most of them are students here. Most of them are.
Okay, so that's the link. Yeah, so this is the link to how you can join. And I'm sure you get the deck later on. You can join the program. And the program, these are the program leads. Once you join, they'll reach out to you and everything will be fine. If you have any challenges, just let me know. It's okay to also reach out to both of them. If you can reach them on LinkedIn, it's okay as well. So we have an advanced program after you get your initial cloud practitioner. For those selected people who go through the next stage where we'll work with you to get the associate level, the architect associate, that's the next level of certification. And then the next one is the developer. We also work with you to get the developer certification in 2 months interval. So I think that's it. Accelerate to the cloud with AWS 0 to 60. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Essie. That's a very inspiring presentation. So someone is asking for the link to sign up for that certification program. Did you post that one as well on chat?
Let me get that.
That'll be awesome. And then there are a few more questions on WOVA. So while you're looking up, let me see if I can ask these questions. So one is, there is a question Nell asked, are there entry-level roles? I'm a recent graduate in cybersecurity. Just to clarify, are these roles, I'm not exactly sure if the roles here means roles in Accenture or roles for a new graduate in cybersecurity in general in cloud, but maybe you can speak to both.
Yeah. So at Accenture, we have open roles. So if you have cybersecurity certification, we're happy for you to apply using the same link that I shared. We're looking for great skills in security as well. Security is a very serious and top-notch skill, I would say. If you want to really be in cloud, I would recommend you to start looking at the AWS security specialty certification, because the more there's migrations to the cloud, the more there's the risk of security threats and stuff like that. So there's a huge demand for security on cloud. All of AWS has a certification called the AWS Security Specialty. So if you want to advance that, it's something you can look into. And in general, cybersecurity is great. There are roles everywhere you can apply to.
I have a follow-up question. When you talk about job, you always mention certification. Do you need to have certification to apply for those job roles that you're mentioning?
So certification is going to give you the advantage. If we have 20 people apply for a role and the 3 people who have the certifications, obviously 3 people will get the attention, because certification really validates the skill that you say you have. And especially in consulting is such a big deal because we are working with clients. What happens in consulting, so let's say for instance, federal government wants Accenture to come and do some work for them, and Accenture is proposing a few candidates to do the work. Certification is what really puts makes the client confident in our delivery. And so we validate our expertise with certification. So I encourage you to do that. So someone is asking a question about HCIs. So what we've seen, what I've personally seen in practice is that nobody is 100% in public cloud. So public cloud is AWS, Azure, and all of that. Those are public cloud. Most clients have a hybrid arrangement. So we still have some of the applications on-prem, so still on physical servers, and then some of the applications on public cloud. So that is what I've seen in practice. And I think it's going to stay that way for at least another decade or so. I don't see the on-prem, servers and setup. I don't see it going away 100%. A few people still have security concerns about public cloud and things like that. I've also seen situations where companies build their own private cloud and because they don't want to go public cloud. So all of the scenarios are things that we see in practice regarding HCI.
Well, there are a few questions. Thank you. All right, let's see. So there is one that said, I enrolled in an enterprise cloud computing certificate at Miami-Dade, and while also completing my master's thesis in epidemiology, what are some resources that you recommend for a new person such as myself to begin AWS Cloud?
Yeah, come and join the cloud program so that we can ramp you up to speed and you get certified. Well, you have such a solid background, and I'm super proud of that person.
Cool. Well, so I guess you spoke to it a little bit. See if you have anything else to add. Will the cloud program give a better chance of getting hired? I think you already spoke about it a little bit.
Yeah. Anybody in cloud now stands a greater chance of being hired. Yeah.
Okay. How's the schedule for the certification program? Is it self-paced or assignment time-based?
Yeah, so you meet once a week. It's also a hybrid model. You meet once a week with your coach, and then you have study materials that you study 1 hour a day on your own.
Is the certification course offered every year? Is there any rolling time or something, timeline based?
You mean the certification or the coaching program?
It says the certification course offered every year. I'm assuming it's the
Okay, the program. So our coaching program. So for this year, we have 2 more sessions or cohorts. One starts in June and the other starts in September. I'm only able to speak for those 2 for this year. FY22 will be different or be the same. I don't know. I'm not able to speak for FY22. So grab it while you have it, is what I would say.
All right, so there are a few on Zoom chat here.
Yeah.
I see. What is Accenture doing to innovate within the domain of cloud solutions, and what are you excited about?
Yeah, so we've just invested $3 billion in cloud. That's Accenture's investment in cloud, just to be able to help our clients accelerate to cloud. It shows how much we believe in cloud. We know that cloud is the future. We know that cloud is an enabler for every other technology. So AR, VR, someone is asking about NLP and machine learning, data science, all of those things are now running of cloud computing. So because of our belief and our support for cloud, we invested $3 billion. And we have our own, I would say our own cloud service that we run, and all of these different cloud providers, we're able to integrate into all of, it's called AWS, it's called Cloud Nav. So in this solution, I'm able to see a client that has Google and Amazon and Microsoft are able to see all of their infrastructure in one place. And it's a solution that Accenture owns. And I think it's really fascinating, because what we've seen in practice is that clients want to go multi-cloud. Clients do not just want to be stuck to one cloud provider. So how do we manage it? How do we also have a solution around cloud cost optimization? Because even though we are saying cloud, everyone go to cloud, cloud is cheaper, and I'm like, it may be cheaper, but there needs to be specific steps taken in order to achieve that cheap that we're speaking about. So we work with clients, we let them, this solution that we have is automated. It shows you where there's waste, like in the number of servers. You don't need to use this large amount of servers. We make recommendations on right typing, so server right typing, on storage usage, on different things. So these are the kind of things that we are doing on top of cloud. And then I see a question on NLP and machine learning. We also have recommendation systems in the financial services sector. So Accenture have different solutions where we go into a client's environment and we inject our system, and our system our model is able to detect where their financial risk and make recommendation on how to block the risk. So these are some of the things we're doing around NLP, AI, and things like that.
There's one question, Dr. Issy, which is from Dr. Loretta Overe. Do staff in Accenture support faculty development to in turn help train future employees?
So we're trying to do a lot with universities, and that's why we're hosting this program, or we're partnering with you guys, so that we can come and train faculty or train students directly. We worked with a few universities, like I mentioned, Northeastern University. We work with University of Florida. Those are the 2 I personally know of, but I'm sure there's universities across the world that we are doing similar with, and we're happy to come alongside with you and run, if you want to do a specialized boot camp, specialized workshop to get people cloud certified, we're happy to work with you on that. Someone is asking how many people are accepted into the 0 to 60 program. That's the 8-week session. So we have 100,000 people working in cloud at Accenture. I promise you we can take all of you. We just need you to be committed, okay?
Awesome.
We have a question about how much do you code in your work? So I think it's coming probably from the IT student who may not enjoy coding, or maybe they like doing their work, but maybe with minimal coding. So that would be a good question. That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a very good question. I use Python a lot. Like I'm a cloud architect, but what we've seen, the progression in cloud is that we want to build infrastructure with code. So something we call infrastructure as code. We don't want to, it's no longer sustainable to log into a AWS console, for instance, and click to build a server, or click to build an S3 bucket, or click to start an RDS, a database. It's no longer sustainable, because how do you manage 10,000 servers, for instance? And we have clients who have 50,000 servers on cloud. So how do managing it becomes impossible to do it manually? So we have what we call infrastructure as code, where we are doing deployments of cloud infrastructure using code. We're using a new tool called Terraform. So Terraform is an infrastructure as code language where we actually code. It's almost like a YAML configuration, but yes, we're seeing a lot of coding. And then even the AWS CLI, like someone just mentioned, that's how we're able to interact with the resources that we have built on cloud. So coding still is really relevant. Python is a great skill to have as well.
This is great.
So let me do a follow-up question. I know there's another question that I'm sorry about, but I think it's of interest. Is that what are the most, I guess, the top programming languages that you use at Accenture or you work with?
So Java, you're still going to use it with Java, JavaScripting, Bash. So these are all scripting languages, because that's how we interact. We use APIs to interact with the cloud resources. So Python, Terraform. Do you see? I put Terraform in the chat. So you all should just look at it. It's easy to use. Terraform, I put it in the chat. You should look into that and just start. You can just spin up, write a few lines of code, and your AWS instance is running on the cloud. So Java, Python, Terraform, those are like the future languages. Those are the languages that will keep you in the next 10 years relevant. Yes, someone has put it. Good. Elode, that's you. Thank you for the support. Yes, you should definitely. Okay, someone types Terraform destroy. You can imagine if you had to destroy your resources manually, Amy, it would take forever. But you just type Terraform destroy and it brings down the entire infrastructure. So it's amazing. Yeah, thank you, L'Oreal, too. Thank you. This is so interesting. I'm excited. Oh my God.
Great questions and great information too.
This is cool. So we are looking to see your sign up. I've told them a lot of good things, that at least we're going to have 50 people sign up for the session. So please sign up. And, once you're in the system, it's always good, because, you begin to know what we're doing when we are hiring, what we want to hire for, and then you can just come in. it's a great place to work. I get to teach, I've taught over 1,000 girls how to code in the last 1 year. And it's just something I love to do, and Accenture supports me 100%, provides me with everything I need to do. So you're able to bring your real, authentic self to work. Regardless of doing the client technical stuff, you bring yourself to work, which is cool.
That's awesome. And Dr. AC, can you tell us a little bit about how to get your book?
Yes, so I'm on app.
So we actually secure few
Good.
copies, about 40 copies. Again, as I mentioned, is mentioned in the session, there will be winners that will actually get selected to receive that copy. So just be patient.
And they're all autographed. I personally signed them for you.
Thank you so much. I know that you sent it to my campus, so I'll be on campus tomorrow, so I'll be able to look at the package. So thank you so much for that.
Okay.
And since we already have 60 participants, I may order additional books so all of you can get a signed book.
Yeah.
So I will follow up with you, okay?
That would be awesome. And please give me honest reviews on good reads. honest reviews. I'm so excited. I believe that you guys can do so much more than I've done. I learned how to code just one computer, 150 people. I don't think anyone on this call or this session had that kind of challenge. So you're already set up for success. I would say be inquisitive about knowledge, and above the sky is your limit.
Oh, very nicely put. Thank you so much, Dr. AC, for the beautiful talk today and all the engaging discussions. We're almost at the top of our limit.
Can I ask one more question? I think it was of interest because of COVID-19. The last question is from Yara. Do any of the position or program are virtual?
Yeah, all the programs are virtual and all the jobs, we are all working from home. So since COVID, we haven't had to travel. However, I miss my traveling because I used to travel. I've worked in New York, I've worked in DC, I've worked in Virginia, and guess what? I get to stay at the Hilton, at the Marriott. It's a beautiful life.
Yep.
Yes, I was laughing. Yeah, but for now,
I may just apply too. I'm sorry.
It's a good life, I promise you. And you could work in Japan if you want. You could go to London. You could work wherever you want to work. Like, it's beautiful.
Sorry, Dr. Billionaire, please don't do it.
I don't go.
I can't promise, but you know.
He knows my own selfish reasons. Please don't do it. But we really appreciate your honesty and your candor and your energy. Thank you for sharing with us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. AC.